what is your stance with it, it's a good practice ground. So
if you are serious about modeling, basically Bandai has not always been this quality. You have to, these are the thing, dudes.
Oh my.
Plastic injection molding technology has come a long way. If you can get your hands on a original Gundam kit from the 80s, it's even more horrible than the bootleg now.
Well, nowadays there's a entry grade that they remastered, wherein most of these parts don't need stickers and they all fit perfectly.
Yes.
Except you get less weapons, you get less,
and it's cheap.
And it's cheap.
So that's the thing. Before, tolerances were not as tight. So when you line up, especially the old kits, when you line the two pieces together, one is higher than the other. It's really just the way it is. So the bootleg kits are like that, but as with everything China, if it took Japan 20 years to figure it out, the Chinese do it in 3 years.
And that's his stance.
So because it's technology, and it's not new technology. It's once you start doing it, if you're a factory, it's not rocket science and leaps and bounds to catch up to whatever the leading guy is doing. So technology is very easy. Money can buy you technology.
Exactly. Elon Musk. All right.
Elon Musk.
Right. So, having this and that, having entered some competitions, tell us about your favorite model kit. Like your personal favorite model kit. The kit that you probably have 3 copies of, like me, I have like 3-4 copies of a specific kit from a specific time.
Perfect grade GPO1.
Perfect grade
GPO1, especially if you have the resin armor conversion. It's amazing.
There you go. There you go. All right. Now, let's talk about difficult stuff. So, when did you win GBWC?
Actually, here's a misconception. I did not win GBWC. One of my studio people won GBWC 2022.
Can we just say that Hajime Model Studio
won GBWC? Yes.
Okay. So, let's get that clear.
We won last year, 2022.
It came directly from Sidney, and he did not win. The studio won.
I never said that I'm the winner. I always say that my studio is the winner.
Okay. Awesome.
And it's my studio personnel that won. Okay, it's the perfect grade strike with a resin water scene. Yeah.
Okay. I'm glad you mentioned that. I'm glad you brought that up. Some haters say that that actual work was copied or similar.
Similar, I agree.
But better?
Yes, because like this is something that most people in art school, the instruction is always you copy other people's work. You want to be a better artist, you copy what everyone else has done it before you. That's the only way you learn. Then you evolve into your own style.
Exactly. So I don't know what art school you studied at, but in my art school, it's always a couple of oranges and mangoes on the table.
Everybody does still life.
Exactly.
Yes.
So anybody that's commenting about copying, but that's the first step, right? You have to copy it, master it, and add your personality to it. And that's actually the recipe for success. You won that year, or the studio won that year.
So we were in, it's not a direct copy 1-to-1, because first and foremost, we already know that was an entry in 2011, 2012. He won second place Korea. So he did his ocean as acrylic sheets, so you'll see through.
Do your own research.
So what we did was we did something better. We did it by pouring resin into it, and it's not obvious from the pictures, but there is a destroyed plane at the bottom. So again, and here's the thing that most people fail to understand when you join a competition. You are judged against that year's pool.
Exactly. Not against other.
Not 10 years ago, not 5 years ago. So if you have somebody right now who joins Miss Universe who looks like Miss Universe 10 years ago, you're not gonna compare that to her.
Exactly.
It is, you are judged against this one here. The other 100 or so people now this year,
right? Exactly.
Whether or not it's a work inspired by somebody else, or come on, basically every other work right now is inspired by something else. You have a Gundam in a hangar.
Exactly. Oh, okay. Let's talk about.
Yeah.
Like you just struck a nerve there. Gundam in a hangar. I think the first time I saw that was 2009, 2010.
It's
Gundam in a hangar. Even the Ale Strike version RM is a Gundam in a hangar. Even the which I own, even the Master Grade Unicorn with cage is a Gundam in a hangar. I mean, what's the deal with that?
As a concept, it's been done before. The same thing that Gundam in a ruined city, that's done to death. Gundam in a forest, that's done to death. Oh, and it's something that I think it's the first time I'm going to be telling it to somebody. For our 2022 entry, Bandai actually is aware of the controversy. Bandai was aware.
Tell us more about how are they aware?
They are aware because it was the first time they did online judging. So you submit your entry form to Bandai.hobby.net.
Here's the real story.
Bandai.hobby.net. So, and then they will say that, okay, congratulations, you are qualified for GBWC. You can display your entry and promises control, yada yada yada. After that, there were follow-up questions from Bandai.
Follow-up questions.
That doesn't happen.
See, this is the side that people who didn't even join the contest, like the naysayers, don't know about. Sure.
So, Bandai emailed my studio person. Can you please tell us something a little bit about your work? What was your inspiration? Was it inspired by an anime scene? So on and so forth. That never happened to anybody. None of the other GBWC winners last year ever got a follow-up email. Only we did. So we laid it out. Yes, it was. We were inspired by the previous winner. We thought it was a very good piece, so we did our own interpretation of it.
Exactly.
And this is the aforementioned. Every artist copies an apple and a fruit and a banana.
Exactly. I mean, it's the same, right? When you hear a song for the first time, and
if you're a starting singer, you don't make your own songs right away.
You sing somebody else's
song. Somebody else's song.
And then maybe if you join a contest, like I don't know,
American Idol,
you make your own version of it.
Yes.
Your rendition.
Correct.
And it just so happens that they made it better.
And then one of the questions asked, were you inspired by any particular scene from the anime?
There you go.
And then
Gundam nerds.
Listen. So it's a strike. It's in the water. It has the Sky Grasper up there. We actually found the scene where it was come from. There was one from Seed and there was one from Seed Destiny.
Exactly.
So we sent those two screenshots to Bandai. So this is our inspiration. That's it. And then Bandai replied to us. Received with regards, thanks.
There you go.
And the championship wasn't rescinded. The championship was not taken away from us because for all Bandai knows, the guy from Korea copied the exact same scene in the anime. So we basically, our reference materials are one and the same.
Exactly.
It just so happens to be another perfect grade.
So, similar to what happened this year, Portal, but we'll talk about that more later. Okay, let's talk about comments, because a lot of fans, some of these fans, don't get me wrong, some of these fans that don't like him, some of them got converted. So here's something that I've read online. Somebody says that Sidney bought a judge. How do you buy a judge?
No, that's not the only comment. I'm actually a relative cousin of the judge.
We'll answer one by one. Number one, you bought a judge. How much was it?
Exactly, I have no idea.
If they can fly people across the world, even with your net worth, I don't think you'd have enough to buy a judge.
I don't know enough Japanese to talk to Bandai to buy a judge.
There you go. There's your answer. He didn't buy a judge. Okay, his answer earlier actually.
Let's get into that a little because the rules have changed a little before COVID.
Exactly.
After COVID now.
After COVID.
So before COVID,
post-COVID. Yeah.
Meijin Kawaguchi, the old guy from Bandai, it's his job every half a year to fly to 16 countries around the world. So he's the head judge. Of course, he gets inputs from the local organizer, but when basically if he sees it, if he says this is first, second, third place, that's the law.
Exactly.
He used to do that up to 2019. Then COVID hit, so he doesn't fly around no more.
Exactly.
So on 2022,
I just thought he was too old.
so old. I think he's 70.
Exactly.
So God forbid the guy dies in some foreign country or gets sick in some foreign country.
I think
so
that was
the
the
risk
idea,
is
right?
the risk is too big.
Instead of him flying around, just bring everybody to his place.
Yes.
Exactly.
So that's why they started the online judging thing
Exactly.
in 2022. And you submit the pictures of your work to be judged by, and it's very, very clear in the rules. It's judged by Kawaguchi, it's judged by the hobby magazines, it's judged by the staff at Bandai. So I believe that there is local input. Case in point, we can flash it now here. Last year's champion, the one from Hong Kong, it's the Gelgoog. So it's this one here, it's the Gelgoog here. When we were looking at the pictures of, obviously I look at who wins GBWC per country. So when I saw
Every
that
champion
one,
does.
yeah, he won Hong Kong champion. Gelgoog, big deal. Oh, fine. There's some scratch. There's some scratch building. He did something on the armor, and then there's a helmet at the back. Like this one, first place over others. Nah. Then judging time came for the worlds. This guy won first place. I was like, how the hell did this guy win first place? It's a freaking master grade Gelgoog. What's so special about it? How wrong I was. That okay? If you want to talk about humbling, this is very humbling.
Okay.
I was in Hong Kong last month. I went to this guy's studio, Manson Hobby Room.
Manson Hobby Room.
Manson Hobby
Right
Room.
at the bottom, yeah.
So I went to him. It's an old dude, like close to 60. I read about him also. He has an interview with the South China Morning Post, and then the title was "Everybody's Envious of Me" because my job is to make robots every single day. So I went there, affable old guy with my limited Chinese. We're able to talk, and then he pointed to his entry, like, this is my entry last year. And then I look at it. It is not a master grade. It is a goddamn 160 perfect grade Gelgoog. The entire entry was this big.
Oh, so it's not a master grade?
No, it's not. Then he pointed to a box there on the shelf. It is the old Gelgoog from the big 160 Gelgoog from God knows what, 70s or 80s, and he grafted that to a perfect grade Zaku armor. And there was a scratch-built helmet at the back.
What kit did I get you?
The old cool Gelgoog, yes, the same one.
Wow. Okay, so there's a lot of difference in countries. I guess the Philippines is the most different when it comes to the rules. Because other countries, they have the freedom to get whatever kit, right? Here in the Philippines, because bootleg is spreading further than the pandemic, we have special
Well, it's spreading further than the pandemic, but we have a rule unique to us.
Exactly.
Before this year, you have to buy your kits from Toys R Us.
before this year.
Yeah, so you have to have the Toys R Us receipt that you present. So if you like for this entry, if I have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 kits here, I have to come with 6 boxes
Exactly, with the receipts.
with the receipts.
That
Yes.
fade over time.
Yeah, well, but still, yes. So this year they got rid of that rule. They just said that he has to have that
Banky sticker.
Banky sticker. Banky is the local distributor. It's a little sticker about that size that they stick to every box. So yes, I bought a Japanese judge. His name is Meijin Kawaguchi. God damn.
He's rich, but he's not that rich.
Yeah.
That guy flies people from different parts of the world so we can judge them. So I don't think that's true. I mean, anybody with a small brain would know that that's bullshit.
The same way that you can think if you can buy Donald Trump to influence the outcome of Miss Universe, you're horribly mistaken.
Exactly. Okay, here's another interesting question. One of the judges happens to be your relative. I mean, you're Chinoy. The
I'm
judges
Chinese.
are Japanese. So
Yes, we're both Singkit. That's pretty much it.
so they say one of the judges was your Japanese cousin.
Wow, I wish if that was the case, that I would be in Japan every year. Which I haven't.
So the answer is no, not related to any of the judges. All right, let's move on. So some would argue that you have an unfair advantage being who you are prior to joining the Gunpla competitions, being the successful owner of performance garages, etc. You were born into this world, blah blah blah. Some would even argue that just because you have a better phone, says it gets them disqualified because they can't afford a better phone. So let's answer these questions one by one, right? They say you have an unfair advantage because you're Sidney Ang.
You guys ever watch the Justice League movie where Barry Allen asks Bruce Wayne what's his superpower? I'm rich.
Yeah, well, does that translate automatically into an advantage?
Yes.
Oh, it does. Okay.
Let's not mince any words around it. You want to win Miss Universe? You have to have a lot of money thrown behind you to be able to win.
So let's walk through.
You want to win. Basically, it's not just this. Any sport. Let's go back to figure skating because my sister figure skater. You want to win figure skating competition and get to go to the Olympics, you have to have a lot of money thrown behind you. By what money? Ring time. You have to book the entire ice skating ring just for you after mall hours.
Exactly.
For 2 hours. That's not cheap. You have to fly in coaches from Russia to coach you who have actual competition experience.
You have to know what the Iron Lotus is.
Yes. And then you do not go to school.
Exactly.
You homeschool.
Exactly.
All of these things cost money. Every single competition around the world in which we live in costs money. If you don't have the resources to compete, you are never going to
Let's
win.
put it into my followers' point of view. If you can't afford more than 2 kits and you're planning to win, we've seen it all. We've seen one kit fighting another kit, one gunpla versus another. We've seen 7 kits, 1:144. I mean, if you don't have the time and resources, again, top things that you should have in order for you to start building gunpla is number 1, time, number 2, money. All right.
Okay, let's clarify that a little bit.
Right.
Time is the most important thing because again, let's put this. It's a hobby, okay?
It's a hobby.
It's a hobby.
It's a
It
hobby.
is something that you come home to after long days of work and something you enjoy. It should not be a chore. No, it should not be a chore.
It should not be a chore.
Yeah, it is your happy alone time.
It's your me
And then
time.
up to now, even at my level, I finish a kit. I put it on my table. I look at it for 10 minutes. I'm sure every single one of you does that.
Exactly.
Then you take pictures of it.
Exactly. And then you see flaws, and then you redo it.
No, they're pretty much happy that they built it.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
But again, not everybody's competition is one thing. So again, let's go back to the Miss Universe analogy. If you join Binibining Pilipinas, let's not even talk about the world, just Binibining Pilipinas. The girl, the provincial lass, knows that she has a slim chance of joining versus somebody who is
I
saying,
mean, what are we talking about? Hairy legs?
No.
Upper lip hair? What are we talking about?
your mother was former Binibining Pilipinas, now you're the daughter. You think you have a chance against that?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So if you want to talk about unfair advantage, she has, let's not even talk about pedigree. Just the experience of the mother joining that competition and knowing what it takes to win is already an advantage that somebody from the province will never ever have.
And you didn't just win. Prior, and let's talk about him winning. We haven't talked about Sidney Ang winning. Or Hajime Monosuyo winning.
Hajime Monosuyo
twice. He is Hajime Monosuyo. Let's talk about that just for a bit. So, now that we've talked about unfair advantages, I guess there's one more line item. We'll talk about winning in a bit, which is the good part. Let's talk about one more question, which is camera phones. Because he's Sidney Ang, people think that he can afford iPhone 20, XXR, Tigo 1237, whatever. Is that a disadvantage if you can't have a phone? I mean, people I'm guessing this guy that commented this has never even visited Boots.
There's no such thing as a bad camera anymore. Even the cheapest China-made phone has a 8 megapixel, 10 megapixel camera that can take good pictures. But
1,000 pesos.
yes, 10 that's more than enough because the rules in Bandai says your picture cannot be more than 1000 by 1000 pixels. 8 megapixels overkill, that's like what, 4000 by 4000? So you still have to shrink it. So equipment is not a determining factor anymore unless you're still using a Nokia N95. It's very clear in the rules. The photo that you submit.
So it's a disadvantage?
No, actually it has all the advantages.
Well, I mean,
the photo that you submit on your own is the one that's being judged, not taken by somebody else. It's taken by you, so you have nobody else to blame except you.
So they're saying that with limited resources, they can only afford so much. They can't even afford. I mean, they can afford PG, MG, paint, and all that. I guess compressor, airbrush. I mean, that's
true.
That's fucking expensive, but they can't afford a phone. I'm sure their wife, their sister, their mother.
Yeah, somebody has a phone. And here's the thing, it's also in the rules. You cannot Photoshop it.
Don't Photoshop, exactly.
The most you can do is, I think, brightness adjustment. That's it. And everything that I took in this one, I took it here. The only thing I spent on was a piece of black cloth that cost me $300 for the background.
300 pesos.
So again, if you're thinking talk about advantage, they're very simple. Everybody now has a camera phone. Everybody has a digital camera.
Everybody takes good photos.
And why are there professional photographers then that you pay a lot of money for? Since any idiot can take a photo. So again, that's where it's not a matter of equipment. If you have an eye for photography, you already have an advantage right then and there.
There you go.
If you are horrible at photography, there's nothing I can do.
Okay. Alright, so, after all the backlash, after all these comments, you actually won.
Yeah, the first time, we were surprised when we won.
I actually witnessed him painting the kit, doing the electronics board on this actual diorama that won the Philippines. So, walk us through the pain, the hardship, how many hours, and yeah, just walk us through this winning piece. It was built here.
It was built here, yes.
I saw it.
It was built here, yes, that is very, very true.
Wow.
That's again, that's what people keep asking the foreign champions. How do you do it?
How do you do it?
Oh, wait. My first advice would sound horribly cliche and very, very corny. It's all about the concept. Again, concept my ass. What concept are you talking about?
Exactly.
So, in our 2 years of winning, here's what I can tell you right now. You will never win if you have a Bandai action base to prop up your work. That never wins.
Is it safe to say that you'll never win if you just have a hanger?
Here's the thing also, that's why it's called concept. The idea in your head. The idea in your head. I'll put it as something that most people can understand. Okay. The malls that we have here. They're always looking for a new concept. What does that even mean? So new concept could mean, number one, I'm the first to bring in Turkmenistan dishes, a Turkmenistan restaurant. The mall would love that because it's new. I haven't seen it. So if I were to go right now and tell SM, say, I would want to open up a hobby model studio right there, they will tell me yes because
nobody's done that before. Nobody's done it before,
yeah. That we will accept students to paint and all of that. They will automatically say yes. How these are the space available. So again, concept means your idea that's in your head that hopefully nobody has yet.
Yeah.
So that's the most important part. So again.
But excuse me for saying this, but the funny part is you enter the portal and then the under 20 enter the portal and then some other countries enter the portal.
Yes, so I don't know. I can only contribute that to the global worldwide information collective that hey, maybe we all had the same good idea at the same time. But but the thing is, the portal that I saw for the other countries didn't win.
Isekai, but
the under 21, which is our good friend Don and Nicole Suratos, that was horribly just pure coincidence.
There we go.
We didn't talk about it. I mean, we're friends and everything, so we talked about joining GBWC, her under 20, me over 21. We had a few drinks at his place several times, and then of course we tend to talk about the future. I had no idea she was going to do a portal. I had no idea she was going to use a Nightingale either, because she doesn't really talk too much. It's the dad who does all the talking. So again, the portal idea for me is like, again, concept wise, Oh, so what? Gundam in a hanger. That's a concept that's been done to death. And the best advice I got actually from Don. He's told me that, say, it's again, he's actually the first Bakuk before Bandai action something category. Before GBWC there was Bakuk. There was Bakuk. So
where
he was
this
the first
guy who keeps changing figures and skin tone goes around the world.
So anyway, he was the first champion for that one.
Yeah.
And then he told me something that's very, very profound. You enter a red Sazabi, no matter how nicely it's made, Kawaguchi has seen 1,000 of these things.
Exactly.
So it doesn't stand out. I mean, red Sazabi, big deal. Red, blue, white R78, big deal. Like big whoop. I mean, that's what people do day in, day out in this hobby. So if you want to do something like that, it has to stand out. So how do you make it stand out? Number one, this is the part where you try not to copy anybody. Or the other one is what I did with my entry here. Well, again, Red Nightingale, big whoop. Everybody knows what a Red Nightingale is.
Screen, yeah,
this one. But what I did is I scribed a lot more details into it, especially on this part, because when you buy it, it doesn't have any of these lines. It doesn't have any of this color separation. None of that. So I spent a lot of time scribing it. So again, scribe Nightingale, big whoop. Somebody's done that already. I think the Hong Kong champion of 2017 had a big super kit bash Nightingale. So, but how? Okay, it's just one part of the kit. The portal wise, that idea I've been wrestling for a while because I know I didn't want to do a hanger. I didn't want to do a Gundam in a forest. Gundam in a battle ruined city, that's already a done deal. Again, we've seen that done to death over and over and over again. It's nothing new.
Ever